Hey, what is up YouTube? Search from Team Boss here, Duel like a boss, and I am doing a deck profile on my Prophecy deck. So let's get started. Here we have triple High Priestess, boss monster of the deck, pop things all day long, triple Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, search out whatever you want, well, any Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. 2 Temperance of Prophecy, easiest way of getting Priestess on the field. Play a Spellbook, then activate his effect. 1 Justice of Prophecy, banish this card when you have field control, add a High Priestess and a Spellbook spell card to hand. 1 Stoic of Prophecy, when it's sent to the graveyard, add a level 3. Bunch of combos you can do with Wonder Wand and Magical Dimension. Breaker the Magical Warrior. It's a 1 warning format, so playing triple Wisdom and Breakers is really effective. 2 Tragodia, because the hand size is ridiculously large, and level manipulation always helps. 2 Effect Veilers, it's a great hand trap overall, negate, and it opens the entire deck up to Synchros. Triple Spellbook of Secrets, the Searcher, this gets the combos going. Actually lets you add any Spellbook card, so Spellbook Magician of Prophecy works. Triple Spellbook of Wisdom, like I said, it's a 1 warning format, so protecting your spellcasters is a little bit easier like that. 2 Grand Spellbook Tower, if you're playing against someone good, they're going to get rid of the first before you rack up too many spellbooks or in the middle of a chain or something. The second one lets you play it, and it gives you time to banish this one before this one hits the grave, so that you can just come back and play Eternity later. 2 Spellbook of the Master, I think 2 is just fine because you've got the cost where you have to reveal the spellbook in hand and control spellcaster. 2 Spellbook of Power, again 2 is just fine because you can recycle it. 1 Spellbook Star Hall, racks up counter after counter, makes your spellcasters really big, especially High Priestess. 1 Spellbook of Eternity, only 1 because it's really easily recyclable. 1 Spellbook of Life, again level manipulation and special summon something like a Priestess. 1 Spellbook of Life, it's either a compose for a set back row, change a monster into face up attack or face down defense, or banish 1 card your opponent controls. Again, easily recyclable. You play this, you banish 2, this hits the grave. Next turn, you put it at the bottom of the deck. Then you activate Eternity, grab one of the secrets you banished from Fate, and then use secrets to search out Fate once more and set it again. 2 Wonder Wand, like I said before, great combos with Stoic. Send both of them to the grave, draw 2 cards, and then search. Or the Magician, you play him, add a spellbook to hand, use this, and draw 2. Magical Dimension lets you trade your spellcasters up. If you control a spellcaster, you contribute 1 monster on your side of the field and special summon 1 spellcaster from your hand. What's great about this is that it will, if your opponent decides to negate, you don't have to tribute. Tributing is not a cost. It occurs at the same time that the special does. And if you use this on Stoic of Prophecy, Stoic will get a search afterwards. The 3 cards everybody should be running, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole Heavy, the power cards. I'm not too afraid of hitting the Starlight Road with a Heavy or the Dark Hole because the Priestess and the Breakers usually let me hit most of the back row or get rid of the monsters. And finally 2 Threatening Roars. I would play 3, but I decided to play Magical Dimension over the 3rd. Next for my extra deck, I play 1 Shining Elf. Great card, 2 Magicians gets you him, and he's a spellcaster. You can use all the spellbook effects on him. 1 Daigusto Phoenix, so I can push for game. 1 Wind Up Zenmains. Zenmains I rarely go into, as well as Maestro, but they are there to defend, and they do have pretty good effects. He blows something up, he flips something face down. 1 Abyss Dweller, because tons of decks are playing out of the graveyard right now. 1 Cowboy to inflict those last 800 or get over a big monster. 1 Black Ship of Corn, because you can get rid of their Zen Mains or their Mice Stroke and inflict some burn damage. 1 Hierophant, because he's another Heavy Storm. 1 number 11 Big Eye to take monsters with. 1 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, because he's easily made. If you've got a Tragodia, you can use Spellbook of Life to bring something back with its level manipulated to 10. Just overlay both of them, and you've got Gustav Max. You hit him for 3,000, then you burn him for 2. Gustav Max actually won me 4 out of the 5 games he hit the field, and he was short 100 life points for the 5th game. Well, and that's perfectly fine. It's a great card. Formula Synchron, because a Veiler and a Stoic will get you a draw and a search. 1 Catastor to get over things that are really hard to get over. Arcanite Magician, because with Spellbook Starhall, it just gains counter after counter after counter, and then you can blow up all their field 1 card at a time. And if you don't have the time to blow up things 1 at a time, you play Black Rose Dragon and make the field all at once. And finally, Scrap Dragon. One of my favorite plays is to put a Priestess on the field, pop something, use Veiler to sink for Scrap, use Scrap to choose one of your cards like Spellbook Starhall or Stoic, and one of theirs, then destroy U+, and they get something pop. So that's really helpful. Finally, I've got my side deck, 1 Magical Dimension, a lot of troll decks out there like Exodia. This also forces players to put their effect Veilers in face-up attack position with 0 attack. It's really helpful. You can just run it over while you get to special summon the spellcaster of your choice. Next, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for Dark Worlds and Insectors. 2 Mind Crush for pretty much everything with searches right now. You know, you can hit whatever they grab from tankies or smoke signals or anything like that. 2 Royal Decrees in case I go against Macro Rabbit or something with heavy back row. My personal favorite side of the deck, Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. You've always got the fuel for it. It's discard 1 Spellbook spell card. And I've hit things like Tanky, Miracle Fusion, Smoke Signal, E-Calls, things like that. And once you hit that one, it's negated, destroyed, and your opponent can't activate that card again for the rest of the duel, or cards with the same name. Next for spells, I have Defissure, because Defissure stops the Mermail Atlanteans and the Dark Worlds and all that good stuff. 2 System Downs, because there's a lot of Karakuri Girgias and things like that floating around, and I just rather not lose to them. And finally, 2 Fossil Dynas for the 6 Hams. I played 6 Hams in my my final matchup at locals, the last locals, and one of my big plays was I let him go off, but I had a set Dyna. He didn't see it coming. He couldn't Iru because he had already. Well, he went off for a turn, and I played Roar, so he couldn't attack. And this was set. Next turn, after he had all his field set up, he didn't have anything else to search, and he ran right into the Dyna. Also, one of the big things about one of the big ways I got around that 6M deck was he put a Naturia Beast on the field, and I put a Breaker on the field, ran over one of his monsters, set Magical Dimension with a Veiler in hand, pass turn. Then it's his turn. He specials the Keyzon. He's got 4 monsters on the field. Next, as soon as Keyzon hits the field, I play Veiler on Naturia Beast. Naturia Beast effect no longer works. Then when he declares battle phase, I play Magical Dimension, put a Priestess on the field, destroy Beast, and then from then on I was just controlling the game. Well, anyway, that's my Prophecy deck. Like I said, it's been testing really consistently. It's been topping and winning for me here at locals. So if you have any suggestions or any comments, feel free to put them down below. So yeah, this is Serge from Team Boss, Duel Like a Boss, and I'm out.